Try and try again. Reach out to a friend. Never second guess yourself. Yeah, you know there's some ups and could be some downs. Whichever way it goes, let's flip this shit around. Stick to the plan and stay on that road. Stand up tall and slow your roll like a friend.
Hey, thanks for tuning into It Is What It Is, Noise Included. This is Liv. Welcome to episode 5, my top 10 up the wall inducers. Ever feel like you're just cruising along and then bam, someone hits a button that sends you straight up a wall? Welcome to my world. I've compiled my top 10 biggest pet peeves, the things I find utterly unbearable and can literally make my eye start twitching. Do you have a list of your own personal triggers? Because sometimes just getting these things down on paper or, digitally voice record, whatever you do, that's what I do, is like therapy. It helps me acknowledge them, hone in on not letting them actually trigger me, and remember to drag my patience, which is often hiding in the back of my emotional closet, to the forefront when I really need it. Consider this, my emotional map of sanity. Or to sanity, right? Let's start with the most annoying. The breathalyzer of friendship. Let's talk about bad breath. Seriously, Jesus Christ. If it takes chewing gum 24/7, then by all means chew away. I don't care if it's gingivitis, a pack-a-day habit, or a diet exclusively of questionable late-night tacos. That's all fine for you, but why, oh why, must I suffer? Please, for the love of fresh air, don't think you can corner me for a close-up chat and pretend you can't smell the, let's call it horse manure exhaust spewing from your mouth. I'm just not prepared to faint from the fumes. My emergency oral intervention kit. Let me talk about this for you, okay? Now, this is where my helpful friend sidekicks kick in. If we're going out for dinner and drinks, rest assured I'm coming equipped with an emergency oral intervention kit. Think toothpicks, a variety of gum flavors, maybe even a tiny bottle of mouthwash if I'm feeling extra generous. I simply cannot and will not spend an entire evening looking at trapped food particles between your teeth, nor will I engage in conversation while inhaling questionable aromas. Some people aren't bothered by this, and frankly, I envy their olfactory fortitude. I, however, am very bothered, and to be clear, I expect the same courtesy in return. If my breath ever decides to betray me, which honestly, I'm not sure if it's even possible given my intense self-awareness on this topic, please, for the sake of your friendship, tell me. It's for the greater good of breathable air. All right, so number 2. The footwear faux pas and my germageddon, okay? It is a germageddon. So when you walk into someone's home and you see a neat little lineup of shoes by the front door, that's not just for an aesthetic people, okay? That's a subtle or not so subtle hint. Because when you just trapeze in, merrily dragging whatever delightful street surprises are clinging to your soles, you're basically bringing a biohazard into my sanctuary. Do you know what's out there? I'm talking about spit, vomit, actual human turds. I've seen them in New York City, folks. I just did. And the daily obstacle course of dog poop right outside my door on Federal Highway here in Palm Beach. Seriously, people, pick up after your pooches. You want a dog? Be civilized. Let's not even get started on the deceased critter collection. You think rain just magic wands that all away? Nope, no way, okay? And yet you think it's perfectly fine to just waltz into my sparkling clean abode? There are studies, tons of them, about the viral and bacterial buffet you drag in. My home is my sanctuary, my zen zone, my zen and my zone of my own stuff, right? The one place I feel truly restful and at ease. It's not a public restroom floor. And if you dare attempt to tread on my pristine white rugs with your street-soiled footwear, oh, honey, that's where you poke the bear. Do not poke the bear. My internal alarm goes off, and I will, in fact, yell, "Stop! Are you kidding me? Shoes off. I've said it to my best friend. I've said it to the movers. Call me straightforward, call me bold, but some things are just so blindingly obvious. I'm almost waiting to see how far you'll go before hitting that nerve. Look, the people I love know I suffer from a very healthy case of OCD. My house is spotless, always spotless. This is how I like it. As my dear husband, who bless his heart has even a more extreme version of this delightful trait, always says, everything has its place and everything should feel comfortable and clean. Side note, he's always been impeccable, organized. I think it's all those years of being a cop. The man cleans his patrol car. He sees and smells things no one should ever be exposed to. So honestly, I get it. So if you're ever at my front door contemplating your shoe situation, remember the turds, the viruses, and the bear. You'll thank me later. Maybe. All right, number 3. My don't text while I'm talking manifesto. Let's just address the elephant in the room, or rather the phone in your hand. When we're having a conversation and you're simultaneously having a robust dialogue with your digital device, it's not just a mild annoyance, it's practically an Olympic sport of disrespect. My brain immediately starts a frantic internal monologue. Is this less important than whatever emoji is being exchanged right now? Am I literally the most tedious person on the planet? Listen, if I have to have self-doubt about this, this is a problem. I mean, you can tell your actual children not to do this, and they'll probably roll their eyes and ignore you. But when another grown-up pulls this stunt, it doesn't just tweak me. It sends me spiraling into a deep contemplation of our collective social decline. No one talks anymore. So if you see me reaching for my phone mid-sentence, just know it's not theft. It's an intervention. I cracked myself up. All right, number 4, the phone call paradox. Let's talk about the phone, specifically when you call me more than once in a row. It's truly a mystery. If I don't pick up, it's not because I've spontaneously combusted. It's probably because I'm busy or avoiding the phone. So please, resist the urge to immediately hit redial. Just drop a voicemail or a text, and I promise I'll eventually emerge from the digital cave. And here's a heads up. Don't get mad if I don't love chatting on the phone. My preferred method of catching up involves actual human interaction, preferably over a delicious lunch. It's fun. We can actually see each other's reactions and we can scheme about how to solve all the life's problems together. Everyone's busy, so imagine adding a spontaneous phone monologue to the mix. What would we even talk about for that long? Honestly, the people who really know me have learned the drill. Some have even resorted to DMing me, which kudos to them because I actually respond there. Just don't even think about WhatsApping me though, unless you're my in-laws from Colombia discussing an upcoming trip. I check that app maybe twice a year just to make sure it's still there. All right. How about the driveway dash? You know, that sacred moment when you're finally pulling up into your driveway after a long day, and then suddenly a wild neighbor appears. They spot you. You spot them. And before you can even get out of your garage door all the way up, they're already launching into a dissertation about the HOA, the mysterious brown spot on someone's lawn, or my personal favorite, the riveting topic of the weather. Like, really? My internal clock is screaming, warning, proximity alert, engage evasion maneuvers. So I basically become a NASCAR pit crew member, racing to get the car in the garage door down before I'm trapped. All I want to do is ditch my heels and give my bae a proper I'm home kiss. But no, the neighbor watch is on duty, apparently meddling neighbors. Am I right? Okay, all right. So number 6, the Instagram enigma. You know what's hilarious about this? Having a ton of followers, a ton is like not many. I'm just kidding. It's like maybe, I think I maybe have 200. I don't have a lot of people, okay? Having a ton of followers on Instagram, but it's the same loyal crew liking your pics. Meanwhile, I'm over here basically campaigning for my friends' posts with my likes. Time for an Instagram purge because clearly I've got a lot of watchers and haters, my highly scientific term for them. Jealousy is a real thing, folks. And full disclosure, sometimes I post purely to ruffle those hater feathers. Sorry, not sorry, for having a blessed life. The secret is be a good person. It's not that hard, people. Just be a good person. As simple as that. Just because I'm up front and call it like it is or like I see it doesn't mean I'm not nice. Capiche? 1. Number 7. The Bougie Daughter Beastly Manners Chronicles. There it is. So I recently went out with my incredibly bougie daughter and her equally gorgeous friend to a fancy restaurant. This friend always looks like she stepped out off of a magazine cover, polished, poised until the filet mignon arrived. I swear, it was like watching a nature documentary. She grabbed her fork in her left hand, wrist doing some kind of backward contortion, stabbed the meat like she was hunting it, cut with her right, and then, here's the key, guys, did not switch hands. Just went straight for the mouth, tines pointing to the heavens. I nearly did a spit take with my Cabernet. I literally had to stop her mid-chew with a dramatic, no, 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 no. You will not eat like that in my presence. It was like full-on, on-the-spot etiquette lesson. I mean, come on. Eating properly is etiquette 101, right? It's practically the first thing moms should teach. My well-groomed dinner companion suddenly looked like she was foraging for berries. Now, when we go out, I can tell she tries for my sake, but I have my doubts about her reverting back to her old ways once I'm not around. Honestly, it still bothers me. And then there's that food projectile problem. Not that she did this, but this has happened to me, of course, okay? But wait, there's more. Let's take this culinary annoyance to the next level, okay? About food projectile, okay? People who eat and talk with their mouths full, sending little food missiles flying. That's a hard pass for me. My hand actually goes up and I have to intervene. Can you please chew, swallow, then talk? I'm legitimately going to throw up. I actually say this to people. Okay, whatever. Call me a bully, whatever. Number 8. When who you know becomes who cares. Like literally, who gives a shit? Okay, let's talk about name droppers, shall we? My personal kryptonite. It's truly fascinating how some people can effortlessly transform a casual conversation into a LinkedIn profile read aloud. And while others might laugh it off, I tend to interpret it as a subtle declaration of war. Like they're trying to blind me with their reflected glory. I'm supposed to be impressed by this? Fashion of stupidity. My internal monologue goes somewhere like, bless their insecure hearts. They must feel so small to need such big names. Me? I'm not running around announcing I'm on a first name basis with the owner of the owner of the owner, even if hypothetically, which I'm not really. My tolerance for this is microscopic. My go-to moves usually involve the swift, all right, let's pump the brakes on the celebrity roll call, it's getting old, or a direct, sweetie, bragging isn't cute, zip it. All right. I know. I just laugh at this because it's so true. How many of you have this? I mean, come on, it happens all the time. Number 9, the secret dip and the double dipping debacle. Let's talk about double dipping. My arch nemesis, my culinary crusade. Here's a novel concept. When it's a shared dip, like glorious guacamole or that heavenly crab dip, take a small plate, guys, okay? Put some on it, and then go wild. One dip, people, one time. That's all it is. One dip, one time. I'm not going to lie. I've absolutely called people out mid-dip and then dramatically declared the communal bowl off limits for myself. The best part, now, when I'm around, I hear things like, look, Liv, I'm not double dipping. And honestly, that just confirms my past public shaming worked its magic. Mission accomplished. And how about confessions of a germaphobe, etiquette enforcer? I am that, okay? And I'm proud of it. Now I know what you're thinking. She's being mean, but someone clearly needs to teach basic table etiquette, and apparently that someone is me. You see, I have strong OCD tendencies and I'm a self-proclaimed germaphobe. After COVID, shouldn't we all be a little more germ sensitive? We're talking about saliva, people. It doesn't get much more contaminating than that. So yes, I will be the one policing the dip bowl, and no, I'm not sorry. Number 10, ultimate relationship flex. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I think the biggest flex a person can have is being able to genuinely gush about their husband. Not just politely, but like truly mean it. That you feel the love as they open up their mouth and speak about them. So you can imagine my recent agony when I had to sit through another one of those sessions. Okay? I just can't with people who constantly trash talk their husbands, yet are somehow inexplicably dumb enough to keep living in that misery. You can practically see the unhappiness oozing from their pores. My internal monologue is always screaming, Jesus, fix your life already. Being happy is actually a thing, people. You really can craft a joyful existence. Shocking, I know. Well, this just happened to me this past weekend. I was beside myself sitting there. Okay, and I'm just going to throw in this 11th one because I have to, because it happened this past weekend and it's just so fresh that I have to talk about it. You know those folks who are always lamenting how fat they are, or how they desperately need a tummy tuck, or how they suddenly look ancient? Listen, I'm practically the poster child for body enhancements. After kids, I wasn't about to parade around feeling and looking all traumatized. I even greenlit my own daughter's nose job right after high school because, hey, insecurity is real. Why walk around like that? But here's the thing. Beyond the nip tuck, there's also this radical concept called eating healthy and working out. It's wild, right? I know. But it actually works, people. So if you're telling me you can't afford liposuction, then maybe, just maybe, put down the buffalo wings you're currently devouring. I mean, I had my tummy tuck and other enhancements over 2 decades ago. And guess what? I've kept the weight off and I kept moving. It's almost like it's a lifestyle too. Now, on a slightly related and deeply ironic note, I do suffer from a healthy dose of body dysmorphia. No matter how good I look, or supposedly I look, I have it. Turns out that probably stems from my mom lovingly traumatizing me about my weight, which included entering me into beauty pageants while simultaneously force feeding me that delightful 90s onion and cabbage soup for months on end. So while I get the struggle, I also know a thing or two about taking action. This is Liv. Thanks for tuning into It Is What It Is, noise included. Smooches and sending lots and lots and lots of blessings. Thanks for listening. Bye.
There are days when we have our doubts, but drive on through. Don't give up the fight. It's a beautiful